Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Golden, and in this video I'll be explaining how I made this Clasico final poster between Real Madrid and Barcelona in Adobe Photoshop. So let's go. The first part was to create cutouts of the images. So to use the pen tool and lasso tool to extract these subjects from the backgrounds and then place them into a new background. In this example, I started with Mbappe and Rafinha, then moved to Lamine Yamal, and now I'm placing him into the canvas. Next on the list was Vinicius Jr., and I had to spend some time extracting this as it was not a very high quality image, and so I just had to refine the edges using the lasso tool, and then I finally placed him also into the canvas. Now it was time to include the venue, so the stadium where the match would take place, and I didn't really have a high quality image, so I just found one from Google Images, tried my best to sharpen it using the camera raw filter, and then removed the background and placed it into the environment also. For the ground design, I had something in mind to use the respective colors of the clubs on both sides. So for Barcelona, it has this kind of pinkish red, and then for Real Madrid, a blue one. And so I went with this kind of polygonal shapes using the pen tool, and also started placing some banners to make the stadium feel more lively and more match day like. Finally, regarding shapes, I had to make these roll-up banners for each club, and how I did this was use a rectangle and made that into a smart object, and inside that smart object I then added some patterns to have for the rectangle to have some creases, and then after that was done I adjusted the contrast, increased the darks, and also started adding the logos into the respective banners. And for the logos to seem more realistic, I utilized the blending option in Photoshop to make it seem more realistic and fit nicely into the new creases. So I used the shape to build the podium using rectangles again, and added some tints to create shadows, and then I merged all of this into a smart object. And now the most exciting part of the project, which I really enjoyed doing, was to create this very hard highlight on the players, and especially on the Barcelona kit. It came out very nice because the Barcelona kit is dark, and how I did this was using an exposure adjustment layer, and I increased the exposure but also reduced the gamma, and so this made the exposure not to be so saturated. Instead, it was more of a desaturated bright color, and I used a soft round brush, reduced the flow and the opacity, and gently just followed the creases in the shades to add these new light sources. And it really did a lot to show like where this dynamic light came from. For the colored shapes on the ground, the realistic shadows and highlights, I made that off camera. But if you would like me to make a dedicated videos talking of how I make ground shadows like this and highlights to make them to look real in a scene, I will gladly do so. Finally, to put everything into one piece, I discovered that behind the main player, the hero images, it was just blank, just a white background, and I didn't want this to happen, to just be blank as it was boring. So I figured out I'll use some very colorful colors, colorful shapes rather, from the club's colors, and then make some jagged kind of effect behind it. For some reason, I had an inspiration remembering a FIFA related design. I'm not sure exactly where I captured that inspiration from, but that's what I had in mind. And so I just used the pen to trace along the existing shapes I made for the lightning that served as dividers. Created a layer mask for each of them, subtracted from the shapes, and voila, that's how I really made that come to life. If you like this video and this design breakdown, please let me know in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel. It's still very small and trying to build this, and I plan to upload more design tutorials too. Thank you for watching and have a great day.